guys, welcome back to Etheric Tide. This is Lauren with Gemini Tarotscope for August 2020. And straight into it. Self-love, Ace of Cups, wonderful. Oh god, that's terrible. Oh, there we go, you can see it better. Ace of Cups, self-love, and so the Two of Cups is when we have like a sacred union between you and someone else and you're filling each other's cup up. Ace of Cups is where we are channeling that from the divine. We're channeling that from our own inner resources. You could even, like, they're even wanting to go in a place of intuition. So for the Geminis out there who are developing their own intuition, you're delving deep into self-love and even channeling like clear white light from source itself and doing some healing. And this could even be healing for yourself, healing for other people. I think that a lot of Geminis are probably coming into their own power and following a more spiritual path, actually. So for you, for August, there's going to be lots of like downloads happening. We've got the Lionsgate on the 8th, so 8/8, that's coming up in a couple of weeks. And I think for you, that's going to be like you stepping in from old you to new you. And the new you is so much more dependent on your own inner strength and resources to maintain the parts of yourself that you think are missing. And I think that for the longest time and they're even going to say like, yeah, past is going to be brought up for you. Yeah, isn't it cups and cups? So, and they're also wanting to reiterate the 8 here. So, the Lionsgate's going to be pretty significant for you guys. So, I kind of feel like for those of you who have like a karmic soulmate dynamic that's playing out between you, that it's going to reflect back at you the things within yourself of places you don't love yourself, and it could be reflected to you through them. And it might become really clear that the more that they show how they love themselves, it might start to show you in the places that you don't love yourself and make you feel quite uncomfortable. And that's okay. It's okay to admit that there's something that we need to work on, that we need to practice self-love to realize that just by realizing that there's something there that needs to be worked on is amazing within itself. Like to be aware of one's, I want to say shortcomings, and that's not the right word, as in I think that the way that you see these parts of yourself, you see them as being missing parts or shortcomings or faults or no good or whatever words that you're putting on it. Because me looking at these things as being shortcomings is not the way I would describe it. So I just see it as in it's a result of your experience from when you were a child or from previous relationships, and it starts to build up in us the ways we relate to ourselves and the ways we relate to others. They're just learned patterns of behavior, and they can be changed, that you can learn a different pattern of behavior. It's just that you've been practicing that behavior over and over and over again. It's pretty hardwired. Like it's a matter of having to practice a different vibration over and over and over again until that becomes hardwired. You know, like, they make me use the example of, you know, when you're driving and you're driving home and maybe you're driving someone else home, so you're not going to your home, And if you get distracted and you start talking to them, your body, like your muscle memory takes over for you. You're distracted. Like your conscious mind is distracted, but your unconscious mind is doing all sorts of things in order to start driving you home to your place, even though you're supposed to drop them back. It's like without being consciously aware of what your behaviors are doing, you're going to do those old behaviors, and your body is hardwired, and muscle memory and signals and everything that's going on is, if we're not consciously aware of it, and if we don't consciously make a different decision to go, oh no, I'm not going to turn down this street, I have to go straight ahead. I know that my body is used to doing that over and over again. I know it's hardwired to do that. However, I'm conscious to the fact that that's not the way I want to go. I want to go this way. This is the way I want to go. So by being consciously aware of the behaviors that aren't working for us anymore or are not going to serve us in this moment right now, we are able to make a different choice. And if we make that different choice enough times consciously, that becomes hardwired in the same way that our body just wanted to drive home without us realizing. So that's for me, like that's actually a really good example of how our bodies get hardwired through behaviors. Oh goodness, I just threw a heap of cards. Oh, we got, oh, yeah, that's why. The devil. Oh man, okay. I love the devil, I really do. I'm like all for healing, like karma, healing your childhood trauma, healing relationship, attachment trauma. Love it, everything about it. And that's what the devil is about. He is about the things that we're still chained to unconsciously, and they're toxic behaviors that are developed through through childhood, or so kind of like when we're kids, our parents are the example of how we wish to relate to one another, and it may not always be a healthy one. It may not always be balanced. It could be that we had a parent who wasn't nourishing us in the ways that we personally needed, wasn't attentive enough, or to an even higher extreme, they could have been, they could have drank or used narcotics, they could have been abusive. It can be that extreme, or it can be so much less extreme and still have an impact on us. It could be about the dynamics that play out between our parents, like one being incredibly admissible, like as in dismissive, and not being able to acknowledge the needs of your other parent. And you may grow up believing that, so by having a dismissive parent, you actually are hardwired to look for someone who is dismissive. And it, even though it's not like, it's a toxic behavior, it's not a great behavior, it's going to feel like love because you're hardwired to react to that feeling. So I think, yeah, for you guys, more than any other month in this year, you're going to realize that there's hardwired muscle motor memory things that are happening in your body that you haven't been consciously aware of, and now you are consciously aware of them. And it's all to do with you having your self-love, and I dare say that the clarity is going to come to you around that Lion's Gate. So that's very exciting. Lots of clarity coming in for you, lots of healing, and even for people who are developing their intuition, there's going to be kind of like an upgrade for you guys vibrationally because you're leaving behind these types of behaviors. So yeah, good luck with that, guys. If you would like a reading There's go to www.etherictide.com. Links down in the description, and any good karma donations I really appreciate. Like, comment, and subscribe, and have a beautiful August. Bye, guys.